Well, hello everybody off YouTube land. Folks as well even. My name's Ian, welcome to my channel, welcome to my shed, and getting over the cold. It's been just a weekend job. Just a little update on where we are with the wire. Been left with a croaky throat though. Let's delve into it. Yeah, it's something I'm not that keen on doing, but I brought it home, so I have to deal with it. And that's lots of this Coax cable. Cut it to a short length. It's very easy to strip. And it's probably people saying it's not worth stripping, but it's not worth weighing in either, as it is. Yeah, it doesn't take coax. Well, they do, but they give you a very low price for it. So I brought it home. I have to deal with it. And well, if you bear with me, we'll talk about coax in about another 5 minutes. I'll just finish this lot. Okay, right, so this was the second bucket I was filling. That's going to be filled up shortly. I'm going to do, as I keep saying, how do I explain this? Right, there's an old monitor. I get a video or two back. I was stripping all that armoured cable, this, which I've kept a metre of, which I'm going to show you in this video what amount of copper I get per metre out of it. Then a neighbour brought over a barbecue, cut up and went. He's since brought over a monitor, other little electrical stuff, and a printer. The printer went straight to the recycling centre. Didn't even bother touching it. Call yourself a scrapper. And the monitor, well, I've just taken that to pieces. Anything big's got to go. Leaves us to this. So I have now been tattling, getting stuck into it, and it's a bit disappointing. Again, in a nice way, I guess. That well, I moved that bucket full of stuff, switches and things, and then I went, oh no, an alternator, and then I went, oh no, another alternator. So those were buried. And then I picked this one up. And I went, oh, a bit of cable. I'm keeping that for mending a grinder. Don't know what that is. It's a bit of brass. I don't know. And then I went, oh, more brass. Just waiting on me brass too. And bits of singles wire. Hey, it's there and it's nothing. But we're getting there. Don't know what that is. Electric motor. It's heavy. It's heavy. What is it? What is it? What is it? Screws, nuts and bolts, but I can see brass. Looks like a mixture of stuff. And then you're going to say, well, what's that? Well, that's heavy too. Oh, oh, yeah. That's a big tub of, big blacky bag of nickel coated silver. I wonder where that went. I've been keeping it all in here. So, it's nice to find things, isn't it? I mean, I'm getting the, see, a copper slug. I can't lay that in. Need that in case we do any welding. We've only got that bit. Well, we'll clear that bit. We're getting the. This video is about doing that. Doing something else outside. And getting the. Go on, let's get rid of this rubbish. So as we get a load of rubbish together, plastic, well, it's brown bin this week, and brown bin is plastic and glass, so why not? Well, I'm going to have to break off for a little bit now. For you it'll be no time at all till we're back in the shed. We've got another little job. Because it ain't raining, which means I can work outside, because I've now got a commission for another wood burner. So I'm gonna take the top off that, take the valve out, fill it full of water, drain it, cut my arches in, cut the bottom off, and prepare it for welding. So of course I can't weld unless my bench is clear. So everything's coming to a plan. See you back in the shed shortly. God, the neighbours must love me. Anyway, cut the top off, smack it with a big hammer, and unscrew it, and smell the gas. Well, you can't actually smell the gas, it's smell the mercaptan, which is the agent that they put inside of the gas, so you can smell it. That lingers inside, by the way, forever, until you burn it out. And kind of just like that, we've got the bottom cut off, we've got the fire pit ready to go up the inside and to weld into place. We've got the arches cut, we just got to need an hole in for the chimney. At which point, I'll just measure that the chimney I've got is the same size as this template. So probably only a few minutes for you, but hours for me, and we're back in the shed. Wood burners all cut up, ready, chimney all put in, ready for welding. Right, so after that amusing interlude, I want to finish this, find out what a metre of this, I don't know, 25mm square, round diameter SWA, steel wound armoured. What copper per metre do I get out of it? It weighs 2.2 kilogram, or £4 and 13 ounce, nearly £5. So let's try a bit of, this is not going to work, I know, well, let's try a bit of video magic. Better. Magic. Admit it, it was crap, that. Tried my best. But what I want to do is wrap this cable thing up. So tonight, after my wonderful video magic, we've got, I said 25mm, it's not, it's 30mm, 20mm and some smaller stuff. It's all 4-core, so we'll go for the 30mm stuff first. In kilograms, probably 1, maybe 1.4, 1.2. Okay, so that's interesting. So if I'm only ever going to weigh in at £7 a kilogram, and I can say to myself, or even if I say £6.90 a kilogram, I can say, if I ever see any of this stuff, I'm going to get £7 a metre for it. A little bit more. So, it's interesting to know that, for me, anyway. And if I see this 20 milli stuff, and again it 1, 2, 4 core, I can begin to say, oh, that's only half a kilogram. Yeah. So if I see that, I'm going to go and get half of £7, so £3.50 a metre for the 20 milli stuff. And that was about 15 mil, I don't know. And that's a third of just under a third of a kilogram, so a third of £7, or whatever the price is at the time. If I make it £6, it's easy. It's like £2 a kilogram, £2 a metre, should I say. Well, that was interesting. That was just for my own delectation. And it does mean I can put it all in there, put it to bed, and then I can weigh both buckets. We'll talk about that. Now, rather than, and I know it was a bit dense of me, trying to lift 2 heavy buckets onto there, and he was pointed out in the comments, why didn't I put the scales on the floor? That's because I'm only as bright as a 40-watt bulb at times. That's why. Yeah, that's a bit of a more sensible idea. Put the scales on the floor. Well, I'm not guessing, because apparently I'm not so very good at estimating. But I've got to knock 3 kilos off for the tins. Screws on the doors. 60 kilos. Put that in pounds for you American folk. 100, well, it's not 60 kilos, it's 57 kilos. Which means I knock off £6. Call it £7, that's £127 of copper. Right, that took some stripping and took me back, but we ain't finished. I'll talk about that now. Right. So a bit earlier to you guys, this morning for me, I was stripping some coax cable, this white stuff. Well, that's the bell wire, that's the coax, that's shotgun cable. And we've also got a big reel here of coax, that's a similar what I was stripping. And it's like, what am I going to do with it? Ian, try and sell it. So I went on Marketplace, didn't I, and I put it in local. So 117 metres of TV coax, 20 quid. 200 metres of TV coax, 35 quid. And it just goes on, and it's worth buttons. Big reel there, 13 quid. I've put in coax cable, why have I got all these cameras? So there you go, big reel like that, and they're big reels, £25. So really, you're upside down, Chris. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, Mike. It's not worth a carrot. And I told the guy when I got it, I said, it's not worth anything. You know, I said, try and sell it, and he couldn't be bothered. And I said, I'll try and sell it, and I can't be bothered. So it seems like I'm going to have to strip it all. So, bit of a bummer that. It can't just sit in here forever, can it? Until somebody goes, oh, Ian, I need some coax, or I need some shotgun cable. Sit here for a little bit, because you never know, the scrap gods have a way of sending things your way for a reason. And that reason might take another couple of months, but somebody might say, I'm looking for 100 metres of shotgun cable. I'm your man. I know another tidgy problem. Let me alter that. And what would that be? Because that big bottom reel there, I'm going to hazard a guess, 100 metres. How do you tell that? Anyway, it's something called split concentric cable, sold by the metre, £15 a metre. And I'm saying I've got maybe 100 metres there. What is it? What is it? It's this. So, unlike all the other cables I've just stripped where they're all equal, so the hot or the live is the same thickness as the neutrals, and the earth. This one, split concentric. Your live is thicker. I know it's made up of strands, and they're probably the same amount of strands. If you could be bothered counting them. But these are wrapped like that. I've cut them all back, obviously. So you got your earth, and you got your neutral, and you got your central. And apparently that's how the cable they use these days to wire up new houses to the mains, I think. Had a look on Facebook. Nobody's selling any. I do know an electrician. I cut a piece off and I give it to him. Give it to his missus when he going from work. He meant, it's split concentric. Don't use that. So I think, for my own delectation, I might cut a metre off, weigh the copper. Now then, it sells at £15 a metre. So I'm going to sell it. You've got to be looking at half price, aren't you? £7.50 a metre. Which means if I strip it and I get a kilo and a bit out of a metre, then it's only the same as selling it for half price, but I don't have to strip it. You can obviously tell the voice is going and I've been talking too much. So, thanks for bearing with me. To have a quick scan round here, show you where we're up to. Space. Right, forthcoming videos. Now that I've got rid of all the cable, I've literally got no cable to strip. Not quite true. Not quite true, Matthews. Because I've thrown a load of cable there I need to go through. And some there as well. But that's not, I've had that a good while. Right. We've part of an alternator there, and with a full alternator under there, and with an electric motor. They've got to come out. We've got that tub of single wires. Sort that out. Or is it that tub? Right, we've got this. We'll do the next video on that. And at the same time, we've got to get rid of that UPS. So that gives us a bit of space. And then we can... and that'll put me up for then releasing the video for the centrifuge strip. Take it bits, the centrifuge. Why have I not done it yet? Well, behind there are some of the parts I took off. And some were interesting. And it's basically, I want to do the video, and I want to do a follow-up video of testing some of the parts that I took off it. which is why I've not released it yet. And also I've taken a humongous mountain of cable and I had to devote all my time to that. See you in the next one.